your festive season with StarTimes. Renew your subscription for 2 months and get upgraded to the next high bouquet for 2 months to spend more time hanging out with all your favorite cartoon friends on our amazing kiddie channel.
Pretty incredible, right?
Enjoy more adventure, more action, and more fun on Baby TV, CBeebies, Jim Jam, ST Kids, ST Tunes, Toonami, Cartoon, and Boing. Renew your subscription today and get upgraded to Jingle with the Stars.
And I like it that way.
Download the StarTimes On app to enjoy all your favorite kids shows on the go. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Eye Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi.
Ine kwabere gukurigia amachibu y'amarwira aberiga kuguchanda senga kentambe totwara bwabono ekyagere duka ya customer based herbal clinic yakire neri chibu ya bene asokorentera maryogo arosire kurwa semete nobumanyi bwegoro nagwanchirwa gutumeka semebere ya moya banto okorwa sechinse ao buna India, China, United Kingdom, European countries, United States of America na yande kurwa sense ya Kenya. Amaryoga abo nkubeni yara marwire aho buna chi allergies, chi ulcer, amanyinga wakaigorose high blood pressure, arthritis, asthma, diabetes, endrume, fibroids, STIs na yanda mange. Banyore aseduka yabo egotoka segesoero gose main entrance ya Boss Farm Plaza egotoka katikati ya Kisi Blood Bank na Kisi Main Stage.
Intuka Soma Best Herbal Clinic toka enyombe ingia ya Boss Farm Plaza ground floor no go swaiga nditoreke muge sieri igoro. Antu bata maryogo hapo dokura marere na arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, ulcers na mangabo. Amaryogo itari igorire insebuya oranyara no na ekoira togo turutera karibu.
Voigon nabo kubanyara gwetera sichi namba chesi mi 0710 540 968 gose 0733 990 052. Customer Best Herbal Clinic. Your health is your wealth.
Eye Nkisi TV amandegere. Eye Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi.
Naita emambi engiya anonsia soro manchumo ligererio Kisi TV karibu na inde ase ensemo ya katatone leo mwayo ya morobere gwenyoni emambi ya lero abwasomo genyone aberega kunyara wekirana ase studio egati ya birito kunyara gukwanira emambi ya lero nigoro yechinjira au cyo kunyara kwene kibuno burendi ngoba bure bwisaine ase ensemo ye chipara emambi ya lero magenyone nigarwete kurwa se chia bisi chia Ntsa abasturach kunyara gusanganere asubwa mu nganjire nimbe ginkonyara gucencho monu emambi ya lero yongo kunyara gutumya gekogera mugenyone kali kunyara kwego monu gweke gusi this morning ama umesikia chenye nimesema
sijisikia
nimekupita karibu sana good morning
morning to you
yani umekuwa kisio hujashika hata wakire
via kidogo tu si
hapo sasa mkalava conversation karibu sana ndani ya studio hapa ni Kisi TV
shukrani
inaitwa Amandegere y'umugusi
Amandegere y'umugusi
okay hey, you do a good job say hello to the people say hello wameitwa nani mali umetoka kabla tuanze kuzungumza asubuhi ya leo
thank you very much and thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Adan Adow. I'm the Ntsa manager S.Nyanza. I'm here to talk something about the issue of road safety in relation to the festivities so that our people can be safe as we also come to wrap up the the year 2024, so that we are all safe as we embark on the new year. Yes.
All right. Wow, I'm so amazed to have you this morning. That is why at we have a guest here. I was like, yeah, please. Because, you know, was it on Saturday night, kulikuwa na accident ilikuwa basi ya Kisile ya shule. Around 7 died on the spot. Along the same road, bado kukawa na accident ngine Kisi Classic iligonga bike, 2 dead, that is 9. There's this weekend hapa nini around here Ogembo, another accident happened, like ni kama inakaruti,
which was multiple.
On Friday tumekuwa na ngine hapa daraja moja, hiyo gari la viazi. You see, like, and people now tunaanza kushtuka, ni festive season and it is another time to get worried about the same. What is not happening? Is it a routine? Ama is it ni kitu tu imesetiwa like ndio Christmas imekaribia, accidents are
thank you very much. From an Ntsa perspective, we are saying that road safety is a shared responsibility to begin with, and all road users have a role to play in terms of ensuring that we are all safe, because roads belongs to all of us. We have been recording a high incidences of accident and incidences of road crashes towards festivities, and that is why we are having a very deliberate effort as an Ntsa, as the lead agency matters road safety, in collaboration with other stakeholders, including the National Police Service, during this festive season and even beyond, to ensure that we are on the roads first and foremost to enforce on the laws. Because 98% of the accidents is attributed by the behavior of road users. We have different categories of road users. From time to time, people have been having a rush towards these festivities. I know people are catching up with friends, families, and what have you, in terms of ensuring that we come together during these festivities and share out with your families and what have you. Nevertheless, we are reminding our road users that they have a responsibility. And the life that you are going to save begins with your own life. Issues of speed has been on the rise in terms of contribution to accidents. Yes. The issue of fatigue. Because, you know, new route drivers are coming all the way from Nairobi and other up countries towards their last destinations. So most of the time you find that this driver is new to the route. And also he has never been used to these long journeys. It is advisable that after every 150 to 200 kilometers, you have a rest. Fatigue has been another major contributing factor. Because accidents happen within seconds. Within a fraction of a second, totally a different story. We had somebody, it's now, we have lost somebody through an accident. So the issue of fatigue, and also making sure that you have serviceable vehicles as you drive, whether you are maybe using private vehicles or other PSV vehicles. The most important thing is also the issue of serviceability, the issue of speed governor. As an Ntsa, as one of our functions is the issue of inspection. We encourage the PSV sector, the institutions, to make sure that, because the lives they are carrying are people, Kenyans, and statistics is showing that we are losing almost 4,000 Kenyans every year, courtesy of road crashes. So some of the things that we are having a campaign, a national campaign from an Ntsa perspective, where we are saying that slow down, speed triumphs life. And we are sharing this through our online platforms, and also we are collaborating with the National Police Service through their structures, from the county levels all the way to the national level, to ensure that we are on the roads, to ensure we enforce on the laws. Nevertheless, we always have 3 approaches in terms of road safety betterment. There is an element of education. We engage our road users, the different categories of road users, where they are drivers, they are pedestrians, and motorcycles are the most affected categories of road users. I know the border has brought some issues in terms of contribution to the fatalities. The government had already visioned in terms of ensuring that it creates jobs. It is a way of transport towards last mile connectivity, they are the ones who will respond in the middle of the night when maybe somebody is sick or there's an emergency. Nevertheless, they should also abide by the rules of the road, the Traffic Act and the NTSA Act. We are engaging these road users on different forums. Nevertheless, the number is also overwhelming. However, we will do our bit in terms of enforcement and also the issue of education. The three issues that I'm talking about: the issue of education, the public education as one of the functions of NTSA. We are also collaborating with other stakeholders like National Police Service in terms of traffic enforcement. Okay. And the issue of engineering in terms of our roads architecture, because roads belongs to all of us. Yes. Whether you are a pedestrian, or, whether you are a pillion passenger, whether you are a rider, whether you are a driver, we all need to accommodate each other, and we need to have a good habit of ensuring that we also ensure the other road users are safe and they don't lose their lives courtesy of our own behaviors, because 98% of the accidents are attributed to the bad behaviors of the road users.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to take you back a little bit. It seems like I got ahead of myself. I've never had someone from NTSA coming here to come and talk to the people. That is why I wanted to pose a question maybe to the common Mwananchi who's wondering, maybe this morning I've been hearing about NTSA, and maybe a few people might understand NTSA, especially the road users. Who's this NTSA, or what is this that is called NTSA, and what is their contribution to the issues of road safety?
Thank you very much. NTSA is a government agency which stands for National Transport and Safety Authority. It is a product of an Act of Parliament, Act number 3 of 2012, and NTSA does different functions, which was initially domiciled in different MDAs or ministries, departments and agencies of the government. For instance, some of the functions, we drive our function or our role or our service from the Act. So some of the functions that we undertake and the government has given to NTSA is about motor vehicle registration, the issue of motor vehicle inspection, the issue of driver training and testing, and the issue of lead agency on matters road safety. These functions initially were done from different perspectives. Some are under the KRA, like driver issuance and driver training. Some of the things were under Ministry of Public Works. Some were under the police, like the traffic police. So this was amalgamated, and this is following a global plan, which we are calling the UN Decade of Action. NTSA is a product of that negotiation, which talks about 5 pillars in terms of betterment of road safety, and to have a lead agency that will coordinate all these matters of road safety to ensure we are all safe. The issue of road safety management is one of the pillars that is cascaded in this plan. The issue of safer roads and mobility, the issue of safer road users, the issue of post-crash care. All these are one of the interventions that we implement as an NTSA. And we carry our services in different levels. We have different regions. We have our headquarters. So watu wa Kisii, we are based here in Kisii, and also we cover, I cover 4 counties, that is Kisii, Nyamira, Migori and Homa Bay, South Nyanza to be specific. And some of the things that we provide, and I know some of the clients and the customers we have interacted, is the issue of motor vehicle registration. In the sense that if you want to sell or buy a vehicle, it is important that you do a due diligence. The good thing is that all our services are online through the eCitizen platform, individually and also institutionally. At the comfort of your desk, you will be able to access our services, whether you are looking for issues of motor vehicle registration related, or it is issue of license related, or it is an issue that is related with motor vehicle inspection. And we have eased this one so that at least people can have a convenience, and they can seek our services from time to time based on the need that arises from time to time.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This morning I'm having a guest from the NTSA, who's the manager of the South Nyanza region. We want to talk about the rise of road accidents, especially, or let us say we're talking about the road safety during this festive season, something that really needs to be heard and talked about for the longest time so that people can really understand where the problem really comes in. But now, my question this morning goes to you on the second part parties. Let us compare. You know, now it is the festive season already. What are some of the trends that you've seen, and are they still reoccurring comparing to the previous years so far?
Yes, in the national scope, because data always informs us, and data helps in terms of decision making. And NTSA, as the custodian of road crashes data, in liaison with the traffic department, who are always the first responders for any accident or incident on the roads, is showing that we are doing bad off compared to the year 2023. Oh. We are already, if we do a comparison of the statistics, that is the year 2023 and 2024, already we are doing bad off, because for 2023 the accident nationally, that is the fatalities we recorded is 3,726.
The whole year or just festive season?
The whole year.
Okay.
And then for this year, as per 11th November 2024, we have already registered 4,047 fatalities. So we already have a variance, a negative for that matter, in terms of the increase. This is attributed to different
and that
factors.
Is as to November 11th?
Yes. And then we are still counting. You know, we are comparing January to December, and now we have already, as per the statistics I have, is as November 11th. Some of the issues that have shown an increase, and which we are saying that we are having a national campaign as an NTSA in our platforms and also deliberately through our interventions, is the issue of speed. Speed has been proved to be a killer. That's why we are saying that people must slow down deliberately. As a responsible driver, you must slow down, because fatalities, contribution of fatalities is speed is taking a bigger portion. The other issue is about drunk driving and drunk riding, because we said we have different road users. The issue of border, where people are just taking their own stuff and getting into the road and becoming a danger and a road hazard to the other road users. The other issue is about the distracted driving. Phones have useful benefits as an individual, and it has brought technology and what have you. Nevertheless, it has also become a double-edged sword, where distracted driving in terms of phone calls, texting, and somebody is on the steering on the highway at a speed of 100 kilometers. So what we are saying that distracted driving, please avoid at all cost until you finish your journey. The other issue is about fatigue and journey management. I know, and we wish safe journey all our citizens as they traverse the country from different corners to go and join their loved ones. Nevertheless, the issue of fatigue management and also journey management is key in terms of ensuring that we attribute to the positive aspect of road safety. The other issue is the use of illegal PSVs. By the way, I want to emphasize to our citizens and the viewers that Kisii is one of the leading county when it comes to illegal PSVs. There is an upsurge of vehicles that have not met the threshold and the road safety standards in terms of occupancy. We have the PSV sector where they are supposed to have the inspection, motor vehicle inspection, that is roadworthiness, and also the speed governor, which limits the speed, because speed is directly proportional to the impact. The higher the speed, the higher the impact in terms of any eventualities an accident happens. So these illegal PSVs, for instance, the centers, the pro boxes, and what have you, people are using and having an excess number. In different stages, you are within the Kisii town and you have seen for yourself. So we are encouraging our passengers, our travelers, to use modest way of transport. The PSV sector, the matatus, who have the certification. NTSA, through its digitization, has come up with the app where you can confirm for yourself that the vehicle that you are boarding has the requisite documents, where it is an insurance, whether it is a motor vehicle inspection sticker, where it is the road service license, even the driver's license validity, and also all those. Because this one, the drivers are just graduating from the border. Somebody is just riding a border and jumping into a Sienta or a Noah, driving from Kisii all the way to Nairobi, an area that is his unfamiliar. He has never undertaken these long journeys, so it increases the hazard and the risk factor to the occupants of those vehicles. So I'm discouraging the behavior of using these illegal PSVs because from an NTSA perspective, it has contributed to the fatalities. And these people are cruising at a speed that is abnormal because they don't have the speed governor, they don't have the experience, they don't have the capacity in terms of trainings, and they are endangering the lives of all of those, the issue of overloading, because it has a factor. The issue of unroadworthy motor vehicles, magari zenye hazijawahi fanyiwa ukaguzi, they don't have the requisite, some of them even don't have the inspection. We will be there to enforce, but nevertheless, information is power. We are giving this message to our road users, especially the passengers who are using this, because I know there will be an influx and what have you and crisscrossing. Nevertheless, we are hoping and praying that all will be well. Nevertheless, we are not leaving anything to chance for NTSA, but we are collaborating with the National Police Service, and we will have enforcement along our highways, all the way from Nairobi to South Nyanza. We are just ensuring that we do random DD test, drunk driving. We are introducing the alcohol. It is there. The National Police Service will be collaborating. We have the speed cameras, and also we'll be able to have our inspectors on the roads to ensure that we do an inspection and see the speed limiter functionality, the issue of inspection, the issue of driver license validity, to ensure that our travelers are safe home.
You know, Adana, Ali this year, you know, I learned how to drive around last year. And ile unafunzwa tu nyumbani, unapatiwa gari, unaambiwa hii ni it is an automatic car, so unaambiwa hii hapa hii ndo ita act kama brake, na hii hapa ni mafuta, haina clutch, na hii ni brake, you know, brake and mafuta full stop. So what you do, just keep left and nini, you start driving. I rehearsed and everything, and I knew everything. So this year decided, like, no, I really want to go to school. And people are like, what, why, mbona unaenda kuharibu pesa?
You already have a
you already know how to drive, unajipeleka class, and you know you are going to fail at the end of the day. I was really getting worried, but I still went to school. You know, and I can say there, kwanza nilifunzwa na gari ya manual, where I met a clutch, and you know, nimefunzwa na automatic. I've been told that I just use one foot. Hii ndo itabaki pale na itacheza na hapa. But now here I'm experiencing that I love to use both my feet. One itakuwa kwa clutch, kuna ya brake na kuna kwa mafuta. You know, and it was a good experience. By the time when I was done, I was so happy. I was so proud of myself. That takes me to one, the number of schools zenye zimekuja huku nje saizi nafunza watu driving. Almost kila mahali, it has become like a business, where everyone just wants to open a school for the sake of income, and not for the sake of spreading the knowledge or giving knowledge to the society. People are going to these classes. Ni mtoto ametoka form 4, ni mtoto mwenye labda ako high school, ako long holiday, ama ni mzee mwenye labda kuenda classes, because we met different ages, but the numbers on the rise were mostly form 4 leavers. Alafu thirdly, the mod kuna mtu labda hata anijifunza gari, labda alibaliza shule akaambiwa ndio hiyo gari akajifunza, alafu baadaye akaambiwa mse ukimchotea chai anakutolea license namna hiyo. Those people, that is a variety of people are kwa barabara. NTSA, what have you done to make sure that the type of knowledge shared out here when it comes to driving? Because mtu mwenye alifunzwa pale nyumbani akaambiwa hii gari inaendeshwa hivi, believe me, you utamwambia atile sign inamaanisha no nini ahead, no overtaking, don't change the lane.
Continuous yellow line.
Yeah. You know, like ukiwa kwa brake hivi, it means you can overtake, you can change the lane. Now ukiwa maliko too straight namna hii, it means no overtaking, no waiting, no stopping, no changing the lane. They don't have that information that we have. What kama NTSA, and mnajua hizi vitu zina happen, right?
Yes.
What have you done to curb the same?
Thank you for that question. Driver training and testing is one of our functions. When we took over this function, it was manual, most of the services. And in the opening remarks, I said we have digitalized most of our services. This is to ensure transparency and also convenience and accountability on the part of service seekers and also on our side for purposes of decision making and ensuring that we are up to the standard in terms of ensuring we provide quality services. That's the beginning point. NTSA, through its interventions and through the act of that gives its powers, the Act number 1312, came with different regulations from time to time to ensure that we guide on the specific industry. Whether it's the motor vehicle inspection and the issue of speed governor, we come up with a specific. The issue of driving schools has been a thorny issue. Initially, we could not have even accountability in terms of how many schools, how many drivers, how do we trace. NTSA has come up with a regulation called the Driving School Regulations that guides the driving schools in terms of accountability and ensuring that they train these people from day one all the way until they get the license. That has reduced the number of takeaway or the virtual licenses where you just pick because you can easily insert when some things are manual. Through the PDL, because for you to get any driving license, there is a journey. You must have the initial stage of provisional driving license, which takes you for almost 21 days, where you are supposed to be exposed to the issue of theory, practical, and you are exposed to different scenarios, which will prepare you psychologically and mentally when you come for the driving. That in itself is a measure. We are the ones who are licensing there, and we do an annual quality assurance inspections of these driving schools to ensure that they meet the threshold as per the regulations that has been established by NTSA, including the issue of accountability, integrity, and ensuring that they really train these people to the maximum and to the required standards. Nevertheless, I know there must, in every market, there must be some issues here and there. Nevertheless, where we are and an NTSA, we have done our best in terms of coming up with a regulation, because without the platform of having the law or the regulation to guide, it will be null and void. So the regulation is there. NTSA as a function, for me as the manager in charge within the South Nyanza region, I have a task, I have a responsibility, because I know these driving schools are the factory where these drivers are made, and it will have an impact negatively or positively, for that matter, in the long run to the issue of road safety. So what do? We do the quality assurance. We engage the driving schools from time to time. When we see non-compliance on the part of the drivers, on the part of the driving schools, we suspend their operation license. We do spot checks, impromptu visits, to ensure they have what it takes for them to be in business. I know we cannot control in terms of how many people will come on board, because if you meet the requirements, it will be very cumbersome for an NTSA to say that this driving school we shut because the threshold there is there in terms of the guidelines. So just to answer your question and to sum up, the issue of the regulations, the issue of the quality assurance, and also we are the ones at the tail end to ensure those drivers or the trainees that are appearing before us, our driving test examiners ensure that they are quality and they have met the threshold to be licensed. And for your information, quite a number fail, and they have to go back and do a thorough training in terms of the theory, in terms of the practical, for them to convince the examiner that they really meet the threshold to be licensed.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, another thing that I can talk about, my question this morning that I wanted to ask is, do people regulate prices, transport prices? Because kama bei ya mafuta of bullet imepungua, lakini bei ya transport haijapungua. And especially this festive season. This morning I was having a report from Nairobi. We were asking some of our family members and friends, why are you not coming to Kisii for the holidays? And they're like, no, the transport right now is 3,000 shillings, na kupata gari ni ngumu, zimebukiwa mpaka January tarehe 7. Gari zimebukiwa non-stop if you walk to these booking offices. And ukipata hizi za magendo za kukimbia za kando kando, these people kuna tamaa ya pesa. Mtu anajua I will run mpaka Kisii. Najipatia a minimum of 5 hours. Niko Kisii na nimerudi.
Yes.
So mnipatie just 5 hours I'll be here. Ile mbio yenyewe mtu anapita kwa hii barabara, it is not a joke. Ndio afikisha watu Kisii. Na nyinyi mko pale mmewekwa mpaka kwa boat because you just want to get to Kisii. Aende watu wengine. Now inaleta overloading, overspeeding, na pia hii transport sasa ndio inaleta shida. Labda hata amwambia in fact mimi ndafanya 25 mkienda. Wachana na ile booking office 1000. Do you regulate these prices?
I know it is a private business, and we regulate on issues of behavior and issues of where our mandate lies. Just to be specific, we don't regulate the number in terms of the price and the transport. Nevertheless, we have as a responsive government agency, and the PSV sector is a very strong stakeholder within our function. So we always have platforms where we reach out to the leadership of the matatu industry to ensure that the balance between the cost and also ensuring that they offer services. Because I know sometimes, as you just have said, what determines cost, transport cost, whether it is fare paying passenger and what have you, is the issue of fuel. And the government has been, from time to time, reducing at least the price of fuel. So that in its sense is to have a ripple effect in terms of having also a fair fee in terms of passengers. So what do? We reach out to this leadership because like within the South Nyanza, we have the matatu, the circles that operate. We have a platform where we reach out to this leadership to ensure that they balance. They don't hike these prices just to inconvenience because you have, it is the same distance that you are covering. If it is from Kisumu to Kisii, it is the same number of kilometers. And also to reduce the number of the speed. The issue that brings speed is also boiling down to the owners of the vehicles. They are putting a lot of due pressure on these drivers to ensure when you wanasema tu the number of trips that you'll make. Nevertheless, as a responsive government agency and PSV sector as a strong stakeholder within our circle, we always reach through these platforms, through the leadership of matatu industry, through more matatu owners association and what have you, and the other platforms to ensure that we regulate and we reach out. We don't directly regulate in terms of the transport, but we always argue it out and have a middle ground where the passengers and the travelers are not inconvenienced courtesy of the prices hiking by the matatu owners. Yes.
Now, you know, hizi vitu ndo maana zinaitwanga accident because they weren't meant to happen. Not necessarily both of you were at fault when you were involved in an accident, ama you were at fault while involved in an accident. Maybe you were keeping your speed limit, you were on the right lane, lakini kuna kamshenzi kameamua ku overtake na speed ya 200 mbele yako and you never saw that coming. Sure. And it happens. That is why it's an accident. And in one way or another, they are bound to happen. We can't say that we can get to a point where there are zero accidents a whole month. It will be so hard before we get there. What is your, how can I ask this question? Your working relationship between NTSA and the hospitals, the emergency services. Maybe kuna kakitu mmezungumza maybe on how to handle these patients wakifika pale, ama sisi yetu tumefika pale kwa barabara tumeangalia makosa ni ya huyu na huyu, we are done.
NTSA through it is stakeholder engagement. I think the paramedics and the post-crash care, there is 5 pillars that I had spoken about as an intervention, as a plan of road safety betterment. The issue of road safety management, where we are reaching out to all stakeholders within our circle to ensure we always talk about the issue of road safety and we have a deliberate intervention. Secondly, the issue of, from time to time, the issue of public engagement and sensitization and education, dependent on the contribution to the accidents. Road user categories, the pedestrians, the school children, the vendors and what have you. The other issue is the issue of safer roads and mobility, in terms of ensuring that we reach out to other road agencies to ensure our roads are safe for all road users. The other issue is about the issue of safer vehicles, where we are doing inspections and also engaging our stakeholders, whether commercial, institution and PSV operators, to ensure the vehicles that we are coming to our inspections meet the threshold and they are roadworthy for occupancy of the passengers. The other issue is about the road user behavior, several road users, where we are speaking to these people. The last factor, which is the post-crash care. In the event that all these preventive factors did not work, how do we respond? It is a responsibility that is on the shoulders of all the collaborators, all the stakeholders. Nevertheless, NTSA, through its deliberate effort, has come up with what we are calling the National Road Safety Action Plan, which covers the year 2023 to 2027. This has been launched at the highest office by His Excellency the President himself, and it has 8 priority areas. And part of the priority areas is collaboration during the post-crash care, where the medics are involved, Red Cross is involved, St. John is involved, the county governments must have also. We're also having what we are calling the County Transport and Safety Committees, where NTSA as the lead agency will reach out to the specific counties to guide in terms of coming with specific interventions, road safety interventions that will have an impact at the county level, because every county has a unique challenges from a road safety perspective. So those are some of the interventions. Implementation of the National Road Safety Action Plan will ensure collaboration and the betterment and even data sharing, because the factors that I have told you, the fatalities that I have told you, is the report that we are sharing with the National Police Service. Because there is a review after the accident happens and somebody is in serious, because every accident has three categories. We can have a fatal accident where we lost somebody, we can have serious accident that increases serious injuries, and we can have slight that have maybe a slight injury. So how do we trace from the time of accident all the way when somebody comes back to life or somebody is lost through a serious injury? So those data sharing, what I have just informed you in terms of the paramedics, in terms of the Ministry of Health, and ensuring that we trace those cases so that we can have clean data, because the data that we have is somehow underreported because we don't have mechanisms currently to ensure we have the last mile tracing of the accident victims. So some of the interventions about the National Road Safety Action Plan, we have a robust plan in terms of reaching out to the county governments, to the paramedics, to the Ministry of Health, and also to other private sectors like the agencies or the players like the Red Cross, St. John's Ambulance, to ensure we are up to the game, because all factors constant, as you have just said, we can reduce, but at least we cannot. We will have accidents from time to time, but we can reduce the numbers, and because these are lives involved. There is a family involved. There is a breadwinner involved. There is a sister involved. There is a mother involved. And it's a very painful experience. And that's why we are insisting on the issue of behavioral change to all road users. Whether you are a rider, whether you are using the motorbike, please have the helmet. Please have the basic training. Go to the school and have the basic training so that you all know even the highway code. Even some of them, you just overtake left, right. And as the start point in our country, we keep left. Keep left unless you overtake. But from your experience, you are just sharing before we began the show, your experience with the border riders. They overtake left, right, and what have you.
Kuna watu wa bodaboda na watu ya Probox.
Yes.
They normally say wamezaliwa na mama mmoja.
So baba mmoja. So some of these things will boil down to the issue of training. Okay. You have just explained that you took yourself to school. Although people are discussing you that you have already have the experience, you have gained the skills. There is a lot that is at stake when you go to the driving school, because you are taken through the highway code, the signs. What are you supposed to do? Where do you are not supposed to overtake? So these people, from time to time, even through the politicians and those that can also sponsor them, from time to time we engage them so that we give them a training exposure. We talk to them and we emphasize on the issue of proper use of our roads. You remember your left, right, and what have you. At the end of the day, we'll have a result in terms of the fatalities. And they are leading, by the border sector, contributing, the border riders and the pillion passengers. They are the leading contributors to accidents, as per the numbers we have, followed by the pedestrians. And there is a category we are calling the vulnerable road users. They are vulnerable in the sense that at least as a driver you are in a shell. You have a protective shell. But the mtu ya boda yeye kichwa kiko pale, and that's why we insist on the issue of the importance of helmet wearing, the proper helmet, and also the reflector jacket for purposes of visibility. Magari chikuone. Na pia the issue of passengers, the number of passengers. The NTSA Act and the Traffic Act is very clear in terms of how many people you are supposed to carry. You are supposed only to carry 1 billion passenger. In the event that there are at least a child between the age, below the age of 12 years, ambapo amewekwa in between the rider and the. But what do we see on our roads? It is hectic. As much as these people have, at least it's a job creation opportunity, but we need also them to respect, and that's why we talk to them from the time to time. This is what is giving you the bread at the end of the day. You need to respect this as any other job, because you respond to the emergencies at night. You give last mile connectivity, but at the end of the day, take responsibility, because that your life is a danger. Hata kama unakimbiza pesa and what have you, at the end of the day, your life, you are saving your life, and your life is at risk. Wewe tu kulingana na ile tabia yako kama road user.
Well, another thing, your collaboration and partnership between NTSA and the law, the law side, because so far I can say I've only seen one case actually ilifika kotini and I followed, alafu ikadisappear. Yeah, the driver from Rwanda who killed people in Londiani. I guess that is the only case that we can say that came to the limelight that we really saw. But kuna accidents zimefanyika mingi that we haven't seen these people taken to court. We haven't seen them being wakihukumiwa pale, so that we know the law of justice is really favoring huyu mwananchi, ama it is an example to huyu mtu, unless watu wa pikipiki ndo najua wao mnashikanga tu mnarusha pale kotini kafike, ama kimbia na license ana nini, wao tunajua hiyo ufanyika pale. But big accidents happening, we haven't seen anything much. Why is this gap there?
To be honest, we even as we speak, my officers are on the road together with the National Police Service. Yesterday we were just on this highway from Sotik all the way to Kisii at Keroka, this area, just to ensure that our people as they travel, those factors that we have said, we are just preventing, because prevention is always better than cure. So these people are taken to court. Even as we speak, we are taking them to court and registering these cases. When we arrest people speeding, the law is having an avenue in terms of how we are going to prosecute. We have the police, charge sheet, the ODPP is the whole system, the criminal justice system, from the arresting officer, the investigating officer, all the way to the judge, the prosecution, who will always approve the charge sheets. So this is a criminal justice system. I might not have conclusive answer in terms of, because I am just part of the cell that needs to have all the way to the conclusion or determination of the judgment of the case, which is an independent institution of the Judicial Service Commission, the ODPP, the National Police Service, and the NTSA. We all collaborate, and we have a forum in terms of the court users forums where we always deliberate on these issues and have an impact and have a targeted way of intervening specific cases. Like for instance, the issue of driving under the influence. Somebody has caused an accident, amepita na watoto wa shule wakiwa na cross, courtesy of driving under the influence of alcohol. That is a very painful case. For such instances, we always do a due diligence in terms of ensuring that we have all what it takes in terms of evidence. Because for you to prosecute any case, you must have enough evidence. Because evidence is adduced before court for determination and for results from the judicial officer who is presiding of that case. So it's not that we are not taking these people to court. We are taking maybe those cases that have maybe multiple accidents and the magnitude is the one that maybe the media from time to time picks. But we take people to court on daily basis, depending on the offense that you have been arrested for, whether it's speed, whether it's driving under the influence, whether it is operating a vehicle without the proper documentations, where maybe you are driving under without valid driving license, and they have been, or maybe without valid insurance. All these are traffic offenses, and we collaborate. I have said it's a web. It's a criminal justice system. It begins from the arresting officer, charge sheet is drafted, the ODPP, all the way to the judge who determines the case. So, and that's why because enforcement has been, and it is proved to be one of the interventions that makes an impact. Because we will talk about education, we will talk about the issue of infrastructure and the roads, but if we don't arrest the behavior of those road users, when you wame speed, when you wamefanya nini, we will still talk. Na mtu yeye mwenyewe amekunywa na ameendesha gari, akiinvolve kwa accident anasema serikali iko wapi? That is why we are deliberate and we are there to ensure that we do a random test of your DD. We will do the issue of speed, we will do the issue, and we will be very deliberate all the way to these festivities. And as Kenyans are maybe with their families and maybe enjoying, we will be on the roads to ensure that we have a safe travel for those who are going to join their friends and families within the up-countries and within our counties.
You know, to be honest, kama sile nimekuwa nikikuona kwa story mbili tatu za Edwin, our reporter. If someone was to blindly tell me tomorrow you're going to interview someone from NTSA, I was expecting bonge la mtu, you know, kula vizuri, tumbo liko sawa, you know, because people believe out NTSA wanakula.
Tumbo iko na afya.
People feel like, NTSA wanakula vizuri, these people banda, all you need, mshote tukakitu fanya namna hii and good to go. You can make all the mistakes that you want on the road. But let us talk about the blind spots and as in identified, the black spots, I mean, ziko identified. For instance, kama Londiani sasa, I think it is one place that we can talk about. We have Salga, we have Ngata Gate, Ngata Bridge, that is in Nakuru. We have Mahmayu, pale nini. Maybe South Nyanza, are there some regions that you may identify, mnajua hizi ni blind spots na ways to curb accidents, ama minimize accidents along those roads?
Yes. Thank you. I think yes, yeah.
Yes.
I know there are mapped black spots within the Republic of Kenya, covering all the northern corridor all the way. Just to mention a few, when you will come depending also the accident that have previously happened, and also the frequency of the accident. That's what determines what a black spot is.
Yes.
So we have several of them, although also the road network and also the terrain will contribute a lot in terms of whether a place is a black spot or not. On your way, when you come to Kisii, as you join from Tamayo all the way near before you reach Keroka, there's an area, a ton of here, where we have recorded even Nani was involved in an accident there. This prominent sports person, Nani huyu alikuwa anakimbia 800 meters, this from Kilgoris. This guy from Kilgoris who was running 800 meters. That's the spot that where he had an accident, which even contributed to him retiring from the sport, from the issue of the running. So we have areas within Kisii terrain that we have marked, and also the areas of Migori, Oyani Bridge. Before you reach Awendo, there's an area that yes.
I experienced an accident there this year.
Yes,
I swear to God. Why?
So that's where we are having the specific intervention. Yes, Rakwaro. So we are ensuring these interventions in terms of ensuring we are within those stretches as we do our enforcement, to ensure at least we are preventive, and we are, because there's an element of deterrence as we go on the roads and do the enforcement. It's not necessarily that we are punishing people. We are there to ensure that you are safe. We are there to ensure that you do the right thing as a driver, as a road user. So we have those areas that we have just mapped, and we are collaborating with the county government and also the National Police Service and the traffic department to be specific, because the frequency of the accident that happens, and we encourage our people as they reach the meandering road all the way from Metamaiwa, as you approach Keroka. Even there's another very sharp corner before you reach Imali and is in this Keumbu. Before Keumbu, there's a ton of that is also very sharp corner. So what we are going to angalifu, because speed is what will determine how we are going to, because your response, your reaction time, and also the impact of the accidents will depend on the speed at which you are going. Tumebarikiwa huku area yetu, tumekuwa na mvua from time to time. It is always raining. The roads are a bit skiddy. So all these factors must be within the mind of the driver as you use. And also those who are coming from Nairobi and what have you. I know there are people who have maybe take likizo kutoka kazini and what have you. We encourage them to be safe. Your life is very important. And your destination is not as important as your life. You will reach where you are going. Please plan your journey in advance. Check the serviceability of your vehicle, the soundness, the validity of the driving license, your insurance, service. So because I was traveling just from Nairobi the other day, just venye hizi zimeanza, and I was observing magari mingi along the road zimechemka.
Yeah.
Those tells a lot in terms of the roadworthiness and the serviceability soundness of the vehicle. Hapo hiyo the sharp hill before you ufike Narok.
Yeah.
I have counted more than 8 vehicles zenye zimechemuka wamefungulia inapigwa na pepo yeseta maji baridi. What does that tell you? That tells you people are just getting out of their house from Nairobi, going to Keroka, going to Homa Bay, going to Migori without ensuring that your safety and your security and your life is at risk, is at stake if that vehicle is not serviceable. If that vehicle does not have the valid insurance. Hata watu baadaye, you know, sometimes the aftercare, the issue of insurance is very key, because in terms of even compensation and what have you, if you don't have a valid insurance, that is dead on arrival. You don't have any compensation and the family is left in a very awkward situation. So we are encouraging our travelers, tafadhali, take your time. This is not for NTSA, this is not for National Police Staff, this is not for government, this is for your safety. And statistics is showing us otherwise. Kwamba, if you are not going to check the serviceability of your vehicle, you will have an incident. Because it has a direct implication. If you don't drive at a speed that is reasonable, the chances of you involving in an accident is very high. If you drive under the influence of alcohol, hakuna bingwa, hiyo kitu ukionja tu, it will have an impact, a negative for that matter, in terms of reasoning, in terms of judgment, in terms of response, in terms of even concentration. The other issue is about the fatigue. Umekuwa tu ukitoka gari, maybe wewe ni mtu hapa Lavington, unakimbia hapa Westlands, short distances of 30 km, within a radius of 20 kilometers. We have not experienced for a year, maybe, for some of the drivers, driving from Nairobi all the way to Homa Bay or Migori or Kisii. Tafadhali, make sure that you plan your journey. Now kuwe na breaks along the way. Unaweza fika maybe from unakuwa na co-driver. Na kama umesave na unataka kufika nyumbani, hata komboa experienced and professional driver mwenye atakufikisha salama ni nyumbani, uende usalimie. You are not rushing. People are like they are struggling to, I don't know. People are just rush. And this rush, hari has no blessing. Hii haraka haijaiko na baraka. Speed, fatigue, distracted driving. Those are major factors that we always register as contributing factors to accidents. So I'm encouraging our road users. We shall be there. We will do our bit, and we have a roadmap in terms of intervention to ensure that we have smooth flow of traffic and also the enforcement element, from DD to speed to all other traffic offenses that we'll be able to detect. Nevertheless, I encourage our road users and drivers to be on the lookout and abide the traffic rules and the NTSA Act to ensure they are safe and they are not inconvenient. We will inconvenience people. We will arrest you. Wewe umekimbia kutoka Nairobi at a speed, umeenda beyond the speed limit. We will arrest you, we will inconvenience you, we will take you to court. We will waste your time because that's what you want. Because if you observe time, if you observe speed, you manage your journey. You will not be able to inconvenience you. Lakini ukileta maajabu yenye itatupatia headline, sisi hapa we are not ready to register more dates. Enough is enough. Okay. And we need to take action. Take action and always be careful as we use our roads. As a driver, whether you are a private driver or a PSV driver or an institution driver or a commercial vehicle driver, tafadhali make sure that you are very careful as you use the road.
Now, Harold Mbota anasema kutoka Nakuru Kaptembwa, ako ndani anatazama. Lydia Nyabuke anasema ako ndani. Roda Ruth anasema anafuata kutoka Jeddah Gulf. Aya, Benjamin Nyabora anasema good morning from Nairobi Tetra Park with my beloved wife Peace Linet and son Glation representing Ikorongo Olmelil. Ria Michoki, thank you so much kwa kuingia ndani. Because of time is really running, it is already 9:20 in the morning. We have other programs for the day. What are some of the challenges zenye mmekuwa mkipitia as NTSA this South Nyanza region?
Thank you. Some of the issues or the behavioral aspects that we have just said is the issue of the influx of the illegal PSVs.
Because unajua huko mnamani jua kisina wajalu.
I know my rights. So now what we are saying that especially the increase of these illegal PSVs for the benefit and for the safety of yourself, passengers, please board a vehicle that you are sure you will reach your destination. At least take the necessary precaution. Hii mambo ya NOAS, hii mambo ya pro boxes, hii mambo ya centers, those are being driven. We will arrest and we are doing our bit to ensure that we will be able on the lookout. But nevertheless, wakati mwingine unapata people are even coaching among the passengers. Wanasemekana sisi ni watu wa familia tunaenda mazishi pande hii. Only trying to be, but you are cheating yourself. Those drivers, they don't have the experience in terms of those long journeys. They don't have the right class of endorsement for long distance. They don't. So and they are cruising at a speed that is you cannot even imagine. So some of the things that is giving us headache within South Nyanza, issue of illegal PSVs. Hii area ya Keroka, Nyangusu, what have you. Hizi matabia ya watu kuhang kwa matatu. Especially the matatus that are plying Kisii, Kilgoris, Ogembo, Nyamachi, and then the ones fairing Kisii to Keroka. Tafadhalini, the operators, the owners. Discourage hii tabia, unaona watu 5 wako nje. Because that will increase, will impact the stability of the vehicle. It will have an impact in terms of overloads. Wakati mwingine unapata gari hata iko na nafasi, lakini people have chosen to hang outside. And they are driving at a speed of almost 70 kilometers, 60 kilometers outside, 6-5 people. Hiyo ni tabia yenye itachangia katika hizi janga zenye tunaongea. Kwa hivyo watu wangu wa Kisii naomba, because that is very rampant within Kisii, especially the route of Kilgoris ya Nyamache and also Keroka. Watu wakae tu kwa gari, let's carry the capacity, let's observe our speed, let's have courtesy to our, hata pale market. Saizi najua watu wana travel different directions. As we attend to our passengers, tafadhali mambo ya kuweka mama gari nyingine, mtoto kwa gari nyingine, mzigo kwa gari nyingine, tabia, our conduct and how we handle our clients, let's be human, let's have respect, let's handle others the way you would have just loved to be handled. It is not good that a mom of that age unapata tu huyu amevuruta, huyu ameshika huko. As much as we are looking for our bread, kuna wale makanga wamekaa tu pale ambao utaview. Please let's have some sanity within our main state hapa Kisii, because sometimes unapatana kuna sarakasi na vituko, which is also impacting the aspect, the attitude of even the passengers. Wakati mwingine unapata hata watu wanapiga nduru sababu huwezi jua kunaenda aje. Mtoto ameweka gari nyingine, mama ako kwingine, mzigo ako kwingine. So naomba tu watu wakuwe na unyenyekevu, wakuwe na heshima as they attend to these people, so that at least we have some dignified way of handling our customers.
Unajua siku hizi hata nikitaka Mungu ajanibariki na gari yangu my friend. Nikiingia stage, kabla niingie stage, like hivi ndio mimi kona ya mwisho niingie St. Jude. Na make sure nimeset mood kwa uso ya kubonda. You know, you get there angry kama umekukosea, you know. you go there, you just unaenda hapo mimi mtu mkubwa ninaenda, you know. Nimekuja stage nikijua mali naenda, you know. Because these people can mess you up.
Sure.
These people can mess you up. Mmoja atakukuta kwenda hapa, mwingine ataenda hivi na hivi. So just make sure you get, I guess that is one of the strategies. Zimekuwa zikinisaidia stage, especially nikiwa na mtoto na house girl na msigo na nini. I'll get back. you know, literally. But you know, like today, the road is about the road is about to be busy, especially Keroka Kisii. One ni soko Keroka, ni soko daraja mbili, na kuna graduation hapo katikati. So barabara iko. Ni mipango gani mmeweka leo at least tusisikie maneno mbaya hapa?
Sisi tutakuwa pale barabarani. Hata leo tuko area ya Kigati and what have you along this highway, because we are focusing the main road. That's the main class A road that is feeding Kisii all the way from Kisii and from Nairobi to Migori all the way to Hispania. So we are manning that road. We are deliberate because we know that will be along the movement along that road. Nevertheless, especially I have forgotten something about the issue of the vendors, the roadside vendors. Daraja.
Yes.
Just the other day we have an incident where people are just encroaching to the main road, carrying their wares to the main road, exposing their life to risks. We are collaborating with the county government through the county county transport and safety committees. We have a roadmap in terms of having a way of engaging our customers, our clients as they use, because I know it's also a harsh economic times and people are struggling to make a coin and what have you. Nevertheless, please, as you do your business, as you take about your markets and what have you, ensure that you take care of your safety first. And also the enforcement department within the county from time to time to ensure that we give these people and the county government to at least allocate decent places where these people can have their sell their wares and what have you. Because one silly incident that happens, maybe a brake failure for a trailer or a bus or what have you, you can just imagine what will happen. So we talk to our vendors as they do their katika kuchuna mkate yao, let them also prioritize their life. And also the government to have an intervention, the county government to be specific, and through the physical planning department to have a specific interventions in all the counties. We had recorded incidences within Migori where we had brake failure of vehicles from all the way na imekimbia na watu wameingia kwa barabara, imepita na mapikipiki and what have you, and also watu ya bodaboda in terms of their staging and having a specific designated area where you pick and drop, so that at least you don't increase the chances of accidents. All these things are something that we'll talk from time to time to ensure that our people sing and they see the sense of ensuring that they take responsibility as saver producers.
All right. Yes. There are a lot of questions that I would like us to continue sharing this morning, but because of time, mimi niko na biashara pale ya driving ambayo bado haijakuwa satisfied na NTSA, lakini ni business legit. Nafunza watu kushika kuku msimu wa Christmas. It is an enclosed place. We use speed, yes, but a good speed that I grew up with. Less injuries na mnakula vizuri. So you can bring me students hata ukitaka classes, karibu sana. Nafunza watu kushika kuku. Kama ni jogo, lakini kuna bei ya kuongea. Na kama ni kuku mwingine tutaongea tu. So karibu sana, umekaribishwa. What is your final message? Mtazamaji.
Thank you. Ningependa kuwaambia watazamaji kwamba sisi kama NTSA tukishirikiana na the National Police Service and the county governments will be able to do our bit. Nevertheless, tafadhali tunasema from an NTSA perspective, road safety is a shared responsibility. Always be careful. Always have a positive attitude as you use our roads. Always have good behavior, because 98% of the accidents are attributed to the roads user behavior. Always take control of your life, so that at least as we come to the end of the year, we are all safe and we don't worsen the situation, because it is an aggregate of our individual behaviors as road users that will result to what we are talking. And come January, we will also give us statistics, and we don't want you to be part of these statistics. Take control. Road safety is a shared responsibility. For our drivers that are traveling to up-country destination to South Nyanza, tafadhali plan your journey. Slow. Maintain your speed. Have deliberate breaks along your journey to ensure that you give your time, yourself at least a humble time to relax. And also don't drive under the influence of alcohol, because these are killers and they are contributing immensely to the numbers that we are talking. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and I wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as we embark. Hiyo tutaongea behind the scene.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana.
Wanafunzi kwa shule yangu manager, at least kuna connection, you know.
Be aggressive, jitume. Na prioritize road safety. Road safety is key. Road safety mara ngapi?
3.
Road safety. The other things will follow.
Okay.
Business later.
Alright, thank you so much. Kwa kupata kushirikiana na mimi tangia nilipoanza saa 12 asubuhi mpaka saa hii imetimia saa 3:30 asubuhi. Asante sana kwa kuja, tumefurahi kupata kushirikiana na nyinyi na umekaribishwa. Unajua ukishakuja huku mara ya kwanza sasa hapa pamekuwa jamani, next time tutakuja na viatu hata sitakuuliza. Director wangu kutoka upande mwingine anaitwa Director Clinox, amepata kufanikisha kwamba sauti na picha zimepata kumfikia mtazamaji kwa njia iliyo nyororo na mzuri kabisa. Asante sana kwa na siku njema za TBT Thursday. Leo mimi naelekea daraja pale. Tunaenda na manager ngoja ya Christmas wadau. Mlidani mwaka yani huu mwaka okay.
See
you tomorrow.
Thank you. Asante sana.